Style takes too long. I can't fit anything. I have nothing in this closet. Oh, I'll just stay home. I need to purge my closet. Oh, but not that dress. Yo, Taylor here. If you ever thought to say one of these phrases, then this show is for you. Join me at the Style Table where we'll have candid and fun conversations about real women's style issues and wardrobe dilemmas. We will discuss solutions and ideas that will give you a big sigh of relief. You'll learn ways to save money, make money, and enrich the lives of others with the clothes in your closet. We're going to take the stress out of your style. Hey everybody, it's Yo Taylor back here at the Style Table, and today my special guest is Melanie Flores. She's the Director of Solutions Consulting. She's going to talk to us about what she does with her job and her career. Also, we're going to talk about Zoom style because she does a lot of presentations, a lot on Zoom. So we're going to talk about her personal style, how she shows up on Zoom, and any recommendations she might have for others as well. Welcome to the show, Melanie.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Yo. Appreciate it.
So let's dive right in. What's Solutions Consulting?
So I work for Simtrain, and we offer a solution that is automated role play training and coaching for all your customer-facing employees. And so in my role, I help customers figure out how to use our software to get the most out of it so they can upskill their employees faster and better than they did before with traditional methods. Like normally people would use, you'd get together with a colleague and you'd practice situations, but that takes two people away. Now you have two people doing that. Our software basically is a digital role play partner. So you can practice on your own at any time, but you'll still get feedback on whether you're saying what you're supposed to be saying in the way you're supposed to say it.
Wow. That is phenomenal software. I remember doing trainings with the airline when I was working, and to have that, we had computer-based training, but to have it where you're actually doing role playing, I imagine the airlines could definitely use that to help people as far as help the flight attendants, especially, and all of the agents, anybody who's dealing with the public like that.
Exactly.
To help them make better decisions on how to deal with a situation.
Exactly. Yes. It's we have actually had conversations with the travel industry. We have clients in the banking, insurance, and even healthcare. So yes, anyone who speaks to the public, this is a useful tool because then you can get all those tricky conversations, practice what you would say, how you would handle it, and then we give you feedback on how you sound. And you can do all of that with our software in a safe environment where it's not awkward before you actually have to do it with a real person.
And the cool thing is, like you said, you can do it at home and practice, and then that way your employees are out there. They can do it at a different time. They don't have to take time off from too much work, right?
That's right. Yeah, some of our simulations actually will run on your phone. So those times when you're sitting there waiting to pick your kid up from practice or whatever, you can actually use that to just run through a couple of scenarios. So it's definitely we make it so that you can practice anytime, anywhere. All those tricky conversations that people struggle with.
I think that's brilliant. Seriously, seriously, I think everybody could use this. Everybody. Whether you're a big corporation or a small business, you can definitely use that because you can, like you said, you could be waiting on the train. You could be waiting to pick your kids up. You could be in between meetings at lunch, practicing, getting ready for maybe if you're a person in sales, it could help you train for a big client that you have to close for your company. Oh, wow. That's so awesome. I see why you like working there because it's such an innovative idea and very smart, very smart. Now, when let's talk about your presentations. How do you show up for these presentations? What's your go-to style when you show up for your Zoom presentations?
So all of our presentations, they're all remote now, and I do a lot of product demos. I also meet regularly with clients and with prospective clients, and I'd like to go for something that is comfortable and a little bit not a t-shirt, but I like to go for something that's comfortable and a little more polished, but that when I feel comfortable, I feel confident. So that's what I go for. I look for something that's comfortable, more polished than just what you normally hang out with, like if you're just hanging out at home. But that makes me feel confident and comfortable. That's basically, I'm looking for those two words, comfortable and confident. Now, when I do go into the office and I have calls from there, I do tend to dress up a little bit more. But again, I look for that combination of comfortable and confident.
So when you're meeting clients, do you have to go to their offices now that everything's opened back up, or?
Most of my meetings with clients have still been on Zoom. There've been a few where I've actually gone in person, but for our Atlanta-based clients, and for those I've put on something a little nicer. There'd be a nice Georgette blouse and a skirt. But when I'm at home, I usually go for something that's maybe not quite at that level, but just a tad down, but not all the way down at like this t-shirt sweats level. So
do you feel like because you're in the tech industry, this is a tech, so do you feel like that people are more casual? Are they extra? Do you feel like people are even more casual now that everybody's doing most of everything on Zoom?
Yes, I'll tell you. And the reason I have noticed that, at least with the people I've interfaced with and the people I work with, and even our clients, they do tend to be more casual. So when I first started this job, I was definitely like all buttoned up and wearing like really nice clothes. And then I realized nobody else, pretty much no one else was getting quite that dressed up. So then I felt like maybe I look like I'm trying too hard or something. So I'm like, well, I don't want to look like that either. I want to be presentable, and I want to have a little bit of polish, but I don't want to be that one person who's like way overdressed compared to everybody else. Cause I feel like then that makes me memorable for, I think, the wrong reason. So I did notice, I will say, yes, I have noticed that it's not quite as people don't dress as formally as maybe in other industries. And so I try to kind of tailor what I'm wearing to that.
Now, let's speak to that. When you said you came in all buttoned up and everybody else is still like business casual, what was the energy when you started dressing in the way that everybody else was in that organization? How did that change for you? How did the energy change from the other people in the office?
I'm not sure if I noticed. I didn't notice a reaction from notice a reaction in general. I think it was more just internally in my mind. It was me when I felt more comfortable. I think it came across in an increased confidence. But there wasn't anything where I suddenly felt like, oh, now I didn't detect anything from the people around me. I guess I should say it was more like something I saw within myself that made me feel more comfortable.
Changing your style.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Did you notice anything when you were more buttoned up when you first walked in? How did people look at you like, oh, why is she all dressed up?
No, not really. I didn't notice that either. I do remember walking out the door and my own family saying, "Where are you going?" I'm going to work. And then my husband actually said, "Do other people dress like that?" And I said, "No." He said, "So why do you dress like that?" And I said, "I don't know. I like feeling pulled together." But then once he said that, and then I went in and I started looking around, I'm like, yeah, I guess it's sort of, it was at a different, it was just a different vibe. So then I started I scaled it back a little bit. So, but I do still try to, I do try to put a little bit more polish than I guess I try to put a little bit more polish than maybe if I was just hanging out somewhere else.
Right, because that's you.
Yes.
That speaks to your personality. You want to kind of fit in. Everybody wants to feel like they fit in.
But be memorable.
But be memorable. You don't want to like fade into the woodwork, or you're just in a sea of people of sameness.
Exactly.
So I get that. And people, the executives notice that, the CEOs and all that, they probably start to notice that because you're the face of the company. When clients speak to you, whether it's on Zoom or whether it's in person, you're the face, you're the representation of the company.
Definitely. Yeah, there's definitely there's just a balance you strike between like being regular and then trying too hard. So I'm always trying to strike that balance, because I feel like when you're pegged one way or the other, then you're not memorable for the right reasons. I want them to remember the message and the value of our product and what I'm saying, and not how like she just, I don't want to stick out for the wrong reasons.
Right. You don't want them to, oh, did you see that Burberry suit? Not that, but what you actually had to say to the client about the product and the service that you offer.
Exactly.
Okay. I get it. Well, let's talk about your personal style. You're a mom and career executive. What's your daily style like? What do you find besides work?
Mm-hmm.
Do you go out to lots of events? Are you, what are you doing in your day? What's your daily style?
Oh, geez. Let's see. I spend a lot of, I do spend a lot of time in my off time doing some very casual things, like going to watch my kids swim meet. So for things like that, I wouldn't say I don't really try to be there. I'm going for comfortable. And, but when we do go out someplace nice to eat for dinner, I do try to like turn it on a little bit. And what I typically like to wear is, clothes that kind of, they accentuate my figure, but they're not, they're not too tight. And still, I would look for something that's, I tend to gravitate towards colorful and figure flattering. That would be what I tend to go for. And I like things that kind of hug the waist, mm-hmm. and portray an energetic vibe.
Oh, a youthful vibe.
Yeah, a youthful vibe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, you do like bright colors and you like something that's kind of fitted but not too tight, right?
Exactly. Yes, I try to go for things that are flattering, but not, again, not like I'm trying to blend in with my kids' friends.
Right. Exactly. I get the whole thing. I'm in the same space. I want something that kind of shows off my figure, but at the same time, I hate tight clothes for me personally. I hate to feel like I'm just stuffed into something.
Oh, yes.
Because that energy comes out, even though it fits and it might look good, I'm still feeling like, if I sit, or things gonna
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
That kidney's gonna show. It's just so many. That's why I don't like tight things. I like A-line or shift dresses that still kind of show off my figure, maybe fit and flare type dresses that kind of give me, some curves or give me a little something, but not too tight.
Right. I love wrap dresses. I think wrap dresses tend to do the job very well. And anything, anything with a V-neck, I love those kind of clothes. And I hear you about, like, if I look good in it, but it's tight, then I feel uncomfortable. Then if I'm not comfortable, then I'm not going to enjoy it. And that's why when I typically don't wear things like that on Zoom calls or demos, because I don't want to have to think about that that zipper that I can suddenly feel and like it's kind of bugging me, but I have to ignore it because I'm giving a demo, right?
Exactly. I'm all about comfort and getting dressed in a hurry and looking good and feeling powerful. Melanie, tell us how we can get in contact with you.
I'm thinking the best way to get a hold of me would probably be through, I would find me on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And it's Melanie L. Flores. I put the middle initial in there, so that will help you separate me from the other Melanie Flores is on there. And just send me a message through LinkedIn. That's probably the best way to do it.
And you guys know where you can find me, Yo Taylor at thestyletable.com. I'm on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram at The Style Table LLC. You can see this interview with Melanie and many others on at The Style Table LLC on YouTube. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you for having me.